Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This is going to be a mini reading. I'm reading later than I normally do. I just finished cleaning the kitchen, so I'm here. I know I'm going to be talking in the beginning, so that's another reason why I'm saying mini reading because I had uh I just had like a realization. And I'm gonna start pulling out cards. It just like blew my mind. So, just to have like a little bit of background information. So, I was born in Philly and I spent most of my years in the Northeast. So, I spent a lot of my years in New Jersey and I spent a lot of my years in New England. So, I would say those are the main areas. I have lived in other states, but it goes with what I found out. So I heard that someone was like driving in New Jersey, and I was like, okay. And then they're just like, it's like my most hated state to drive in. And I'm like, oh, why? And I mean, I wasn't like talking to anybody, but I was listening. And the person's like, I had to drive 90 just to keep up with traffic. And I was like, because I thought that that was, um, it's not uncommon. Like, I definitely have seen that. So it wasn't anything like that made me think anything of it. But then I was like, oh my God, I have gotten so many tickets in the last state that I was in. And I was like wondering why. Because when you drive in New Jersey, say it's like 70 on the highway, and you could easily just drive 80, and that would be kind of like the safe thing to do. Like if you were going to be faster than what the speed limit says. And that's like what you would really do there. And then like maybe 90 if you're going in the left lane, maybe you could maybe 95, but that might be a little more. But for the Northeast, I would say that you just, for some reason, we feel the need to just get there as soon as we can. Like, even if we don't have a time for when we need to get to our destination, we still try to get there as quick as possible. Like, as I said, I lived in different states, and at other states that are less congested than those areas in the Northeast, like, have way more traffic. And maybe it's just the areas that I was in, but in the Northeast, it's just like we just need to get there as quick as we can. And I would say our roads are like really straightforward too, because we have a lot of road signs on what we are and aren't supposed to do. I would say like there's like almost sometimes like three signs saying like, look, you cannot do this over here. Like you're not allowed to. Some people still end up doing it because if a sign isn't there for us, we're gonna end up doing it. If it gets us there faster, um then we'll do it. So when I was like in another state that wasn't in the Northeast, like I would get pulled over and I would be wondering because they would ask me why I got pulled over. Like, do I know why I got pulled over? I'm like, honestly, no, not really, but I mean, some I would give like an answer that wouldn't piss them off. So I was like wondering like why, and then they were talking about my speeding, and I'm like, but the speed limit says 65 and I was just going 75, so what's the problem? And I'm not saying it was like suggestive or anything, but it just threw me off because I was like, it's just not a thing that they did in that area, and especially when it's outside of DC. And you go through certain areas and certain roads that even though they might be located in different states, you may get pulled over by like cops in like from the DC area. So those are like specific but areas, but I was like I was shook. And I would say like sure the Northeast has so many potholes, but if you know what you have to look for on the roads, then it's not a smooth experience, but I feel like it's really straightforward. Like the roads are pretty like straightforward. Sometimes when you drive in like I feel in other states, I'm not saying for all states, and it again could be the areas that I was in, like their roads were really um not questionable, but they weren't super like this is what it is, like back road type of thing. Like if you're from the area, you'll probably know what it is. If you're not from the area and it's nighttime, hopefully you don't go into a one way that you're not supposed to go in, which did happen to me once. I was trying to see like which road was it to get onto the highway, and I made it into the road that people are getting off the highway, but it was late at night, and then luckily nobody was coming, so I had to turn around. So, that was the experience. But it's okay. I haven't gotten tickets lately, and I try to like go, I guess, regular speed now, and then when I'm in the Northeast, I go what I would normally go. I feel like there's two different court cards here, but I feel like it's like one person. It could be two people that are really they could be super, I'm not saying like the same, but you have fire and air, and I've said it in other readings. Fire and air just make each other dance because there's just something about it amplifies the energy, like one amplifies the other. And although it doesn't have to be like an air and fire sign, it could be different signs. I'm just reading it how it is because there's even an earth sign here too, so that's why I don't really like reading signs like that. But so the King of Wands is the present, and then how to overcome the obstacle is the Queen of Swords. And like the Virgo is card is the Hermit card, Major Arcana, along with Gemini card, Lovers. Sometimes I don't really read the signs because like I don't want to have the reading go in that direction, and I don't want to like specify it in that way. Um, I also have the Universal Folk Tarot out. You have the Lovers twice. I feel like somebody could be like heavily on the mind. And maybe that it's a reaction to um I feel like maybe if it is separate people that are super it could actually be separate people that are so like closely linked, or one is thinking really heavily on the other, or affected, or they see something um that is so evident to them, and they're just like kind of maybe stalking like social media or stalking like I don't want to say stalking in like a bad way. I don't feel like it's stalking like in a creepy way, but just like watching things or maybe being observant about like the other person and what's going on because you have the hermit here and the hermit um card is a card of finding answers. It's like journeying. It is like in a way like journeying to the soul. There is like a certain destination that it strives for. Um, Virgo also could be linking to the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles was in the last reading. And but you have the Ace of Swords here too from the Universal Folk Tarot. I turn that over with the Lovers card. So I feel like there's like having an waiting for an answer. Um, oh my God, that reminds me. So it's been a while now, and there wasn't like a specific reason or time that I did this. Um, I recently just changed like my profile picture because that profile picture is like a couple years old, and I'm like, I mean, it's not like so old that I couldn't have it, but I tend to never update stuff unless it's like necessary. So I was like, I guess I'll just change it. I mean, I don't even know if I'm gonna I just changed it to something, but maybe I'll change it to something else. I don't know. Um, it's been like that for years. I I keep I change my username sometimes, and that kind of reminds me of like AIM. I I'm not saying to bring it back because there wouldn't be a purpose for me to say to bring it back, but I remember my old screen names and um, I tried to see if I could use my old screen names in like different things on social media because I feel that it's kind of nostalgic in that way. But the two lovers, so that's definitely present and it's in the future too. There's a lot of like devotion type of energy. This could be like friends to lovers, lovers to lovers, enemies to lovers. We love that plot line, but I know a lot of times, like in real life, it's not really something that you want to do that much. I mean, maybe you do for like the drama of it all, but if you're not looking for that type of stuff, maybe not. Because in the past, you have the Three of Cups. Oh, I didn't even show it. Where is it? So I had like my nail story the other day, and I did my nails. I'm still working on it, but I'm happy that I at least was able to get the nail polish that I put on off. And it was hard to get it off for me. I usually like to use cotton balls, but I didn't want to spend the money to get cotton balls. And like, you could use paper towels, but it takes so long to take them off with paper towels. And I didn't want to like soak my nails either because like that's super like drying and I didn't feel like it was necessary to do it. So I really wanted something quality, oh my God, quality and uh, okay. I got this and it's an electric drill kit. I wanted something with a like good RPM because I had, sorry, I just keep shedding. I'm just gonna leave it there, don't get grossed out. But I had a nail drill in the past, but it just wasn't strong enough for like, I don't know how aggressive I was with it. Maybe I was, I don't know. But oh, I keep forgetting I have orientation tomorrow. Like you know what, I'm gonna set my alarm right now. Sorry. Because I honestly don't, I wouldn't put it past me to sleep through orientation. Like not even show up because I didn't put my, I'm gonna put my alarm right now. Um, This is why I don't like going in. I'm just gonna put it a couple hours before because I know me. I like could get ready 4 hours before, and for some reason I have to rush out because I'll be running late for some reason. So I got this, and I already I didn't wash it. It so this is what it is. I think I could turn it on right now. It's unnecessary, but so it has this bit where you could do this, right? And then you have the different things that you put on top of it. So I'm really happy with it. Um, I did spend more money on it because I was gonna get it in person, but honestly, I only saw one nail drill and I was like, I don't wanna, I don't wanna get that one because I didn't feel, again, it was like strong enough for me. Mm, I don't really keep it in boxes, but I think I'm gonna keep it in here. I don't want it to look questionable, but I mean, no judgment, but I'm gonna put it maybe in the bathroom. So the other cards that you have are like the overall energy is the Four of Cups. And it kind of feels like not wanting to deal with something. But maybe it's like not getting like the full picture or the purpose for it. And maybe there's just like heightened energy that needs to be recognized, settled, balanced out with the um, Queen of Swords. That could be like that type of confrontation or conversation. I don't think the Queen of Swords will like bullshit with it or anything. I feel like it is like a straightforward type of energy. There might be like some witty humor that might be put here and there, but overall, I feel that the Queen of Swords isn't one that plays games in that way. So there is another card that comes up twice. So this is the Three of Cups, and this says Coven there. So the Three of Cups is also in the past position. Oh yeah, and the tariff taxes. It's good that like my sewing machine got sent out today. So I should be getting it in the beginning of next month, hopefully. Um, I don't want to wait outside for it, but at the same time, like I feel like it might be on a day where I'll have to go in to class. And it's not even for like long. It's like literally for like 4 hours and then I can leave. I have hair here. And then you have the Four of Pentacles. I feel that with the King of Wands here, it's so closely invested. It almost feels like the same energy, but honestly, it like doesn't need to be the same energy. Like I could see it being like two energies that are so closely linked, like the Lovers card, because the Lovers card is technically one sign, it's Gemini. Because you have the Four of Pentacles here, and this one says Blackbird Garden. So when it's linked to the Three of Cups, I feel like honestly, what's mine is mine. Because the Four of Pentacles can be a card that holds on to like possessions. It's a very I don't want to say possessive type of card, as I said, possessions, possessive. Um, that are close words but not exactly the same. So with the blackbirds, I feel like there could be, even though it's the Pentacles card, I feel like there's like linked to discussion. So I do feel like it links a lot with the Queen of Swords because they're like bird energy. And it could be amongst like the two energies here. It could be linked to whoever is like maybe the friend group or like the gang or like your boys when or girls when um maybe you're supposed like you tried to decipher something, maybe like what the person said or like what popped up, and they're trying to see like what does this mean? Does it have to do with me? Does it not have to do with me? Or maybe it's just like a post and I'm overthinking about it. It doesn't have to be a post, but it just seems like with the Hermit card, it feels kind of like investigation mode. And there's a two pentacles that goes with the Four of Cups. And the Two of Pentacles, um, even then, it looks like the birds like are circling in some way, and then they're like shaped like tridents, so it kind of makes me feel like pouncing or like vulture energy, again, like bird energy, but in a different way. And there's birds in the Three of Cups in the Glory to Ukraine tarot. So, um, with the Two of Pentacles here, it's like taking what is theirs. Because I was at first I was like, I feel like normally the saying, if there was a saying, it would kind of be like taking what you could get, but I feel like taking what's theirs. Like there's like a proclamation. There's a lot of like planned words in a way where they're not exactly the same, but like they're kind of close in ish to the words in some way. Um, with the Lovers card, the Four of Pentacles, there's just something that's just like claiming something. And you could take it for what you will on like claiming like an item, claiming even a person too. Like what is mine is mine. Um, so there's just like this constant energy of this. Like you see that it's like it seems that it's over and over, which makes me feel like this if it happens in more than one cycle, then it's kind of like a constant thing. Either you learn something or there's a purpose for both for this interaction to go on. I was talking to my friend and she was talking about like, some things and I brought up because it was like kind of linking to the conversation for her, like if like they say that if you have like an interaction with a person 3 times, then or like whatever you feel, then it's meant to be. Or like there's some type of like, well, there's like a reason for this interaction for it to be like that. And so I'll leave it at that, but it doesn't have to be necessarily meeting somebody 3 times, but with the sliver card being constant, it just makes me feel like there's like a continuation or an evolution, or there's a reason why you're saving the space or saving that energy for this specific thing or purpose or person. So lots of levers, energy, Three of Cups, Four of Pentacles. Um, there's a lot of, it feels like a lot of dedication to like maintain or keep this type of interaction going. So that could be linked to what I just said in a different way, of meeting a person 3 times, or like that interaction. It could be in a different way. It doesn't have to be meeting in person. So, um, and over explaining things, but like if it feels like you are, there's like a meant to be type of energy, and you don't have to go like delulu about it, but I feel like both the energies are really for it too. So lots of lovers energy. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another video.